Good, good morning, actually. It is now Sunday morning. I am doing a Thomas Hamilton reading tonight. I did get some things that did come through. For some reason, I'm not getting this deep connection with him. I do get this feeling of overwhelming and sadness and hopelessness. I did get some small things. I'm still awaiting answers to the questions that I've asked. I'm trying to find a balance in my emotions right now because I feel a little unsettled. I feel a little bit of angriness, but not exactly angriness. If it's almost like a mixed emotion, like how I can't believe I'm really feeling this way right now. So the first things I got was like my heart was very heavy. My heart was very sad. The name Robert, I know that's his middle name, but I get the sense that Robert was thought of to be his first name before he was named Thomas. Maybe they wanted to name him Robert. I could be wrong. Almost as if Robert was the thought of the first name first before they named him Thomas, like I just said. But it sounds cold, which I don't mean to be. It's the word corpse came through. I saw these two hands pick up a baby, and I got the impression of he was already gone. He was found unresponsive. If this was a surprise, the color red, heartache, crib, turned in, vessel. I also have the word ring. My left side of my jaw started to hurt. I got throbbing, and it was like a toothache kind of feeling. And then I got two names, which one I know definitely is not related to this little boy. The other name, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is an actual person to do with the case, or if this is... there is a Brian Ladd out there. He is a famous psychic or a famous psychic. He draws what he sees in his dreams and foretells upcoming events and stuff like that. Maddox was one of his cases. So I don't know if I'm picking up on Brian, because the word Brian came through and Maddox came through. So I don't know if those two are related, or just Brian is related in some which way to Thomas Hamilton. I'm going to be asking some questions. I feel a little strange tonight. I don't feel up to par almost to this tonight. I feel like it's kind of like you feel like you want to get up and move, then you just tell yourself you can't. That kind of thing. That gives me the feeling that the mother became really depressed from this. She became really emotional from this. She lost her baby. And this comes from a man side. Okay. How did Thomas R. Hamilton pass? Can you bring any light into the situation? Only good energy may flow through. Only good, no negativity. No one may touch me, please, and respect my boundaries. Now, can someone tell me how Thomas R. Hamilton passed away? And does he have any messages for his family in any way, shape, or form? Through evidence, through memory, or just because? I keep getting the word picked up. The word too late or late. Strong. Okay, I feel a bit of a disconnect here. I wonder if because he was so young. I was hoping one of his guides would come through, a guardian of some sort for him. I am getting some words, but just not a whole lot. It's like really silent for a bit, and then I'll get like one word. She's a mother, very, very, very disturbed in a way. I don't mean crazy disturbed. I mean disturbed by what happened, and she's very I don't understand what I didn't do right kind of feeling. Like she blames herself. It's almost as if I get a picture of a woman crying and slowly sliding down the wall, like holding herself, and that type of emotion. That doesn't mean she did it. It means like she's that broken to where she just sunk so low. I'm getting a strange word. I don't know what it would mean to someone in Scotland. Clapper? The word clapper. Or if that's even a word. Does Thomas Hamilton have a message for any of his family members? To move on. Okay. There's an angel with him. Guardian. Help. Wonderful. Grace. Angel again. Well, he was definitely blessed, that's for sure. Is there anything Thomas Hamilton Is there a message for Thomas Hamilton's mother? Grace. Define or defy? Thomas. Break away and sleep. I'm not sure. You said ring. What does ring mean? I need more validation that this is Thomas Hamilton. Thomas Richard Hamilton. Something about, sounds strange, goat or soap. What about a ring? Something with a ring on corner of table. Wake. The word wake, I don't know what that means, if it means awake or like a funeral of a wake. We call them here, we have to do a wake and then funeral. A woman, I'm being shown a picture of a woman. It almost looks like if there was a baby, but she covered the baby up on her shoulder with a blanket, a blue blanket. It was a boy's blanket. Self. So quiet. I'm trying to figure out why it's this quiet. It's usually never this quiet. It's an eerie quiet tonight. It's almost as if, you know, I'm hearing a couple of things earlier and that was it for today. It was like really, it's really strangely quiet for me anyway. Is there anything else on Thomas R. Hamilton? I'm so tired right now. Hmm. This is the morning time. This is like late morning for Thomas R. Hamilton. It was strange. I didn't get a whole lot last night, and it was eerily quiet. And I mean quiet, and it's never that quiet, and I mean ever that quiet. I did get 2 names, but one I don't think at all was for this case, but I did get some things, and I feel like this little boy died of SIDS. I had to stop the video and take myself away because I was literally fighting to stay awake. Like, I was nodding off, and it was just really strange. It was like almost a disconnect. I mean, I have a page full. I did get a strange word that I needed to look up for myself because, but it fits with actually what I said in my notes. I couldn't figure out what it meant. But I think this baby passed away of SIDS. This happens all the time. It's nobody's fault. What was said towards the ending, he is in heaven. But I knew when I stepped away and tried to come back and I did the same exact thing, I knew then that it was not anybody mishandling a baby. It wasn't anything like that. Very loved baby. The word clapper struck me as something strange, though. I had gotten a pain in my left side of my jaw, and the word clapper actually has something of a meaning to it that is connected with the jaw. So I'm wondering, if this was in the little sweetheart's autopsy. Maybe there is something that was wrong with him in this area. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It says a clapper, a mass muscular tissue located in the oral cavity, which is funny because that came, where is it? Yes, that came right after the pain I had in my jaw, the name clapper. Strangely, it was just really hard and really tough. I tried everything to like not take in the energy of, I just really think he fell asleep and didn't wake back up. And he was found that way. I get the urgency of sense of it, that he was found non-responsive and he was picked up and noticed he wasn't alive and breathing. The mother blames herself. She's very sad and very, very depressed. I pick her up on her very, very, very sad. I mean, who wouldn't, to carry a baby all that time? In 3 months, he's gone, So that struck me as odd, though, about the jaw area. So I'm wondering, maybe if something was wrong with him in the area and nobody knew. But I did ask the question of, do you have, because I kept asking, if I'm not going to get that much, do you have a message for the family? The guardian will come through for small babies as such. I asked, do you have a message? And the message was to move on. Angel, guardian, help. An angel came and guided him to heaven, took him and guided him to heaven. Because it says numerous times, to move on, angel, guardian, help, grace, angel, grace. There was a very weird word. I just think that just slipped through, though. I don't know if this has anything to do with this case at all. Goat and soap, that was just strange for me. I think that was just like a non-factor. The The ring kept coming up. I saw it on the corner of a table. And it was strange because it was almost like as if I was picturing going into some type of, like the floor heater vent, maybe. I didn't see it fall, but it gave me that impression like it was lost. It was just real, very, very, very limited, information that I was getting. I felt so disconnected, but it was like I felt massively, heavily, like overwhelmed. Like I just couldn't. I was sleeping, and that was it. And then I noticed if I stepped away and I let it go, it would be fine. So that tells me that sweetheart passed away in his sleep. It wasn't intentional, anything like that. Obviously, I felt no ill intent. I was shown none of that. The only thing that concerned me was how I got the main thing I got was I got the small pain in my jaw. It wasn't anything huge. It was there for a second, and it went. And then the word clapper. So I'm wondering if he had some type of muscular tissue problem in his face, in his jaw, and nobody knew it was there. It could have been there and nobody even knew. But like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I can't give you that answer. The words Maddox came up last night several times. I'm wondering if there's a connection, not into that case, I mean as in the age range. Maybe somebody was trying to step into that age range. And the word Brian kept coming up. Like, I don't know if there's a Brian connected to this case. Maybe he's a passed on person that is related to Thomas. I don't know. But I kept referring to Thomas as Robert last night as well. I kept finding myself triggering myself back to Robert. And it was as if either he was supposed to be named Robert or he was going to be named Robert, excuse me, but they chose Thomas instead. But this is the end of my video, and the mother she blames herself. She's just so depressed and so much heartache within her. She lost her baby. Just kept getting picked more up on the mother than I did the baby. I got, just the small things that he is in heaven. The angels definitely guided him home. A blanket, I saw a woman covering her baby up in. At that point, I don't know if that was before he went to bed or after they found him in maybe in the way that they did. So I hope that some of this makes sense, because if not, I will do another spirit session with him to see if I get the same exact behavior, like my emotions. I think I was picking up the emotions of the mother on top of, how him passing at the same time, and it gave me a heavy heart, but at the same time I was very, like, I just need to lay down and go to sleep. And when I start the spirit session, I'm very aware of what I'm doing. But this made me feel clouded, and that I needed to rest, and I needed to go to sleep. And I think I was picking up on him going to sleep and not waking up. When I started the video, I was up top, and then I slowly diminished downward. So I feel like I needed to go to sleep. Not because I was tired, because when I start my sessions, I go in all in. And I stepped away and I sat on my recliner for a minute. And I noticed I started to perk up like instantly. So I think once I let go and realized, sometimes you have to do that. You have to realize what energy are you picking up on. Step away for a minute and try it again. And I just kept getting this immense, and I mean immense, tiredness. And I'm just like, and then when I stepped away again, I noticed the same thing. I was awake again. So I think picking up little Robert, or goddamn, see, I'm calling him Robert again. Picking up Thomas. Sorry, I was getting something from a moment. It was just, he passed away from SIDS maybe, and I'm very, very, very into feeling him just drifting away to sleep peacefully. There was I don't feel like there was pain. I felt like he just drifted away and he just didn't wake back up. Some babies get so comfortable, and it's because they're so, you know, they're just so comfortable that their brain can't receive the concept of waking back up. But I hope any of this makes sense. Any of it. I would like to ask Carrie and Amanda to get back to me on that. I mean, you know, that's very strange, you know. That, or he just, you know, he did have some type of issue, and, you know, that's not my business to know. I asked for no information. And I mean, like, an issue with his face. Maybe he had, like, a mark here or something. I don't know, but it was very quiet last night. It was strangely quiet last night. Usually I have people popping in and trying to speak over one another, but this was so different last night. This was very... See, I'm getting his name referenced again, so they know. It was just really strange. I couldn't, for the life of me, you know, I just got this immense... Before I knew there was going to be maybe some type of issue, because before I did the case, it was like it was a built up, like an hour before, it was like a built up, this is really built up. It was very, not anxious. It built up sadness for a second. And I knew then, when I started feeling the heartache, very bad heartache, I knew, you know, I was just picking it up before I had started it. But, excuse me, I had saw hands, and the hands had picked up a baby out of some type of sleeping place, like a crib or a bassinet, and they had, I think, found him non-responsive. Like most babies with SIDS, you don't know that they're passed on. I just don't feel... I feel really bad that the mother's just depressed. It's like picking up on that. It's like heavy. And the words "lost her baby" came out loud and clear last night. That was the one thing that I got an immediate answer back to, as well as the angels, move on, grace, help, deliver. You know, in the ring part, I didn't get what the ring part was, but I asked a couple times about the ring, and just when I asked about the ring about the third time, it showed me like a ring on the corner of a table. So if this doesn't rain out to be some sort of sense to you, please let me know, because this was very strange. Usually when it's just me and a spirit, like I can pick up a ton of stuff, but this time it was next to nothing. And I don't think I could think of me, because the little guy is so little. So I don't know, you know, I got the impression that he definitely passed of SIDS, or of some type of sleeping disorder. I don't know, but it was very heavy. It gave me the impression of he just drifted away to sleep and he didn't wake again. But again, Carrie and Amanda, if this If this makes sense to you, please let me know. If it doesn't, I will try it again. And let me know if Robert, because I know Robert's his middle name, but Robert was definitely, it made me feel like I needed to call him Robert instead of Thomas. And it was really strange because I felt like Robert's his middle name. Why would I keep going back to Robert instead of Thomas? So that's what threw me off. Please let me know. Thank you. And I hope this finds you in peace, that it does say angels and grace and help, and it does say to move on. He's safe. He's in heaven. He's at peace. That's definitely the thing that I picked up the most. And just that very much heartache, and that he slept, and it was strangely like he went to sleep. So this is the end of my video, dear. I'm sorry for the 2 different clips. For the life of me, I couldn't do it last night. It was like every time I stepped away, I was awake. And every time I come back to it, it was like I would just get this drowning feeling of sleep. So that told me that little guy either went to sleep and didn't wake, or he just had an issue where he just, I guess you could say it, he went to sleep and didn't wake. So if you can see this video and get back to me, I would appreciate it.